friends, welcome back to Aaron's Vegan Vida. For today's video I have a killer recipe for you guys, and that is citrus marinated chicken tacos paired with a beautiful cashew avocado crema served on top of some homemade tortillas. Before we go on with this video, I did want to mention that today's video is my first ever sponsored video here on YouTube, and today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in your creativity. Skillshare is perfect for creative and curious people, beginners and masters. It's curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes so you can stay focused and follow wherever creativity takes you. They have so many inspiring courses with amazing teachers. These courses are where you go when you want to get your creative juices flowing, learn more skills, and overall expand your knowledge. Most classes are under 1 hour and are perfect to fit any schedule. There are so many things to explore. You can learn about film editing, writing, photography, productivity, interior design. Another course I personally loved was this course called YouTube Success by Marcus Brownlee. I've been loving learning about growing my YouTube channel and different editing techniques overall. Another great course I loved as well was this one about knife skills by Ilana Karp. I personally found it very useful. A lot of you always mention how much better my knife skills have gotten since I first started my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out the first link in my description down below. Skillshare is offering my first 1,000 followers to click that link to get 1 month free membership of Skillshare Premium. I highly recommend Skillshare. That being said, as many of you guys know, I grew up in a household of taqueros. My parents own a taco stand that I actually worked in since I was a kid, and my grandfather on my dad's side owns a taqueria for the past 60 plus years. So taco making is in my blood. Since the beginning of my vegan journey, it has been my goal to veganize Mexican food, and tacos is hands down my favorite. I have so far veganized asada, pastor, and even chicken already on this channel. But when I first veganized chicken, it was actually my introduction to YouTube, my first ever video, and it was such a beginner video, and I have now wanted to rework that recipe and remaster it. So here I am showing you how to make citrus marinated chicken tacos, and be sure to make the avocado crema that goes with this recipe because it pairs beautifully. And that being said, let's get on with the video. Okay friends, for my vegan chicken today, I'm using Butler soy curls. They are pretty much dehydrated long soya chunks. They're a great texture for tacos. So to get started with this recipe, I'm gonna go over the ingredients, the soy curls, and for the marinade, I'm using half a bunch of fresh cilantro, half a red onion, 1.5 fresh squeezed oranges, 2 fresh squeezed limes, some paprika, 3 raw garlic cloves that I minced, and for the actual chicken flavor, I'm using this Better Than Bouillon vegan chicken paste. They do make a non-vegan one, so be sure you get the one that says certified vegan. I will link it down below if you want to purchase it online as well. This chicken bouillon is the main ingredient that will give the soy curls that chickeny flavor. I'm using 2 tablespoons of the bouillon with 2 cups of boiling hot water to create the broth. The hot water will help dissolve the broth evenly, just give that a little mixy mix. Once the broth is ready, I'm using a flat tray to toss in the dry soy curls. Make sure you evenly pour the hot broth on the soy curls. They will rehydrate them almost immediately and infuse them with all that flavor. When the soy curls look soft and pliable like this, they are hydrated. I let them cool down for a bit and then tossed in the half a cup of fresh orange juice and 1/4 of a cup of fresh lime juice. Now I toss that all accordingly and then added in the 3 minced garlic cloves, and half a tablespoon of paprika for color. The paprika is definitely optional. Most people only add paprika for color, and in this sense it kind of is for color as well. So if you don't have it and you don't want to add it, you don't have to. For this marinade, I also added in half a sliced red onion. It adds a nice flavor to the marinade. The lime really helps break down the onion and release the flavor onto the soy curls. I noticed some of the soy curls come rather large, so I went in with my kitchen scissors and cut them so they could be more of an even length. If you want to keep them like big strips like that, I mean, go ahead, but I kind of like more of an even bite, so I'm just gonna do this with the scissors. So this is what it looks like so far. From here, I like to transfer it from the tray onto a reusable bag. On the bottom of the bag, I tossed in that half a bunch of cilantro I mentioned earlier and all the soy curls with that marinade. Now I'm simply gonna refrigerate it overnight or for at least 4 hours. Okay, so in the meantime, let me show y'all how I made my avocado crema. Usually I use one whole avocado, but it wasn't ripe yet, so I had to use these 2 mini avocados instead. For this crema, you also need 1/3 of a bunch of cilantro, 1/3 of a cup of unsweet plant milk, half a teaspoon of salt or to taste, then half a serrano pepper for some spice, 1 1/2 fresh squeezed limes, and half a cup of vegan sour cream. I use my own homemade cashew sour cream recipe. I will have it linked down below if you want to use that, but feel free to use a store-bought vegan one as well. To my blender, I'm adding in all those ingredients, first with avocado, then the plant milk, which was unsweet cashew milk, by the way. I tossed in the cashew sour cream. As I mentioned earlier, you can use a store-bought one. A great one that's super accessible and cheap is the Tofutti brand. I threw in that half a serrano pepper. It was honestly the perfect spice level for me. I squeezed the limones, added in the cilantro and the salt. It should look like this. This crema is super velvety, and if you want it to be thinner or runnier, you can add a splash of cold water, but I personally love this texture. I poured it into a squirt bottle so I can do a good drizzle on top of the tacos. If you don't have one, you can serve it up on top as dollops. That's perfectly fine. If you don't like avocado, I promise you will love this crema. My fiance absolutely despises avocado, but he was in love with this crema. Now that my soy curls marinated overnight, I'm adding all the contents to a pan on high heat. I of course use a non-stick pan like I use in all my videos because these soy curls can get stuck to the pan. I'm going back in to remove the cilantro and the red onions. Why, you may ask? The soy curls take roughly 30 minutes to cook, and if I left the onion and cilantro, they would burn. Maybe you can add them in at the end, but I chose not to. I just take them out. Plus, they already released their flavor onto the actual marinade. I'm gonna cook the soy curls on high heat for 5-ish minutes until all the marinade is absorbed. Honestly, this recipe is super easy. The actual marinade is easy, but here comes the hardest part. The hardest part is being patient with it. And I say this because the soy curls can stick to the pan if you don't have a good non-stick pan. Another thing to keep in mind is that these soy curls need a lot of attention. So once they start looking a little dry, I'm going to continuously stir because they can easily burn. I added in 2 tablespoons of oil to help brown them a bit. I turned it down to medium heat and cooked them for 20 more minutes, continuously stirring. Once they are dry and brown on the outside and slightly moist on the inside, they are perfect. As you can see, I didn't add any salt because in my opinion the broth had enough salt to season the chicken. And there you have it. I'm pairing it with some homemade tortillas, of course. Y'all know I hate store-bought tortillas. If you know me, you know I can't with store-bought tortillas. I'm also topping with cilantro and red onion, garnishing with some radishes, jalapeno slices, and vegan queso. I love this follow your heart feta crumbles. It honestly passes as queso fresco or queso cotija. I usually make almond queso fresco, but in a pinch this queso is the perfect substitute. And of course the avocado crema I made. And just like that, I assembled all my tacos. And there y'all have it, super easy and beautiful chicken tacos that hit the spot. Let me know what you think about this recipe down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Take care of yourself always. Okay, so I wanted to hop back in and say special thank you to Skillshare for being my first ever sponsor here on YouTube. And like I mentioned earlier, the first 1,000 of you to click the link down below will get 1 month free of Skillshare Premium, so don't miss out. To catch you all on the next one. Bye.